The conflict in West Asia continues to assume wider proportions when a ballistic missile fired by terrorist group Houthi from Yemen reached Israel for the first time on Sunday. Houthi military said the new hypersonic ballistic missile traveled 2,040 kilometers in just 11 and a half minutes. The missile triggered air raids, sirens in Tel Aviv and across central Israel, sending residents running for shelter. An Israeli military said the missile was hit by an interceptor and fragmented in the air rather than being completely destroyed. It also said 40 projectiles were also fired towards Israel from Lebanon on Sunday and were either intercepted or landed in open areas. The Houthis have fired missiles and drones at Israel repeatedly in what they say is solidarity with the Palestinians since the Gaza conflict began with Hamas attack on Israel in October. Meanwhile, Israeli President Benjamin Netanyahu has vowed heavy price for the missile attack. Referring to Hodeidah port strikes on Houthis in July, he said whoever needs a reminder of that is invited to visit the Hodeidah port. Previously, a drone that hit Tel Aviv for the first time in July killed a man and wounded 4 people. And in a response, Israeli airstrikes on Houthi military targets near the port of Hodeidah killed 6 and wounded 80.
We are in a multi-front campaign against Iran's axis of evil, which is striving for our destruction. Houthis launched a surface-to-surface missile from Yemen into our territory. They should have known by now that we were exacting a heavy price for every attempt to harm us. Anyone who needs a reminder on this matter is welcome to visit the port of Hodeidah. Whoever attacks us will not evade our strike. Hamas is already learning this through our determined action, which will bring about its destruction and the release of all of our hostages.
In the latest incident in Israel, a border police officer was stabbed in Old City of Jerusalem on Sunday, and police are calling it a terror attack. The attack took place near the Damascus Gate. The injured officer was evacuated for medical treatment. Police said the terrorist was neutralized and the attack was concluded swiftly and professionally. Pope Francis appealed for peace in the Middle East and the release of the hostages. It was his first Angelus prayer since returning from a 12-day trip across Asia and Oceania. The Pope commemorated Hirsch Goldberg Polin, a 23-year-old American-Israeli who was found dead in Gaza on September 1st, along with 5 other hostages, and expressed his solidarity with his mother, Rachel.
We must not forget the wars that bloody the world. I think of the martyred Ukraine of Myanmar. I think of the Middle East, so many innocent victims. I think of the mothers who have lost sons in wars. So many young lives cut short. I think of the Hirsch Goldenberg Pauline found dead on September 1st along with 5 other hostages in Gaza. In November last year, I met his mother Rachel, who impressed me with her humanity. I accompany her at this moment. I pray for the victims and continue to be close to all the families of the hostages. May the conflict in Palestine and Israel end. May the violence cease. May the hatred cease. May the hostages be released. May negotiations continue and may peace solutions be found.
Rachel.